Good evening, folks. Welcome to the first Tigercast live for 2026 under the new badge, the new name. It's all happening. This is a very impromptu show. This was brought to you by EJ and CB messaging me saying, "Hey, are we doing a live tonight?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. Are we? Sure, let's do a live tonight." And the topic was brought up and away we go. But good to be on, gents, for our first one for 2026. How are we all?
Well, can I start off? Can I just start off with this, right? So, EJ, Ruck, it's fair to say we've had 3 months off, yeah?
Yeah, since the draft.
Months off, yeah. We've had to this show's actually basically an intervention on Michael's. We take some time off, and all of a sudden, mate, he's changed the logo, he's changed the name, he's emailing me saying, CB, you've got skin folds to achieve to even make the show. You need to get some hair regrowth. He's been very nasty and behind the scenes. He's turned into a total dictator. He's gone out of control. So this is basically an intervention, this show. It's going to be an hour of us just talking to Michaels.
Yeah, I'll mute myself and away you go.
No one mentioned skin folds. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out too. Don't I'm out too. This is not the show for skin folds, I can assure you. Oh, dear. Grok, how you going, mate? You going well?
Yeah, going well. Back into the swing of things at work. First couple of weeks down, which has been nice. And yeah, I got a message from Michael's about the show literally as I was walking out the door at work to head to catch my bus. So I was like, "Yep, okay, I'll be on." No, it's good to be back, actually.
Go. No, it's very good. Oh, geez, I'm not sure about this sleep. Bloody hell, the mood just sinks around. Wow, oh, that's a bit big on the screen. I'll have to resize that at some point.
Ever since the Adam Uze interview where he was the only one that rocked up, it's got some fig jam syndrome.
Oh, yeah. And then CB's clicking me for the character image.
Well, I actually like the big print, Michaels, because every time you put a message up, I can't see CV anymore. So you just
it. Oh, this gone. Just I'll have to take the glasses off. I can read that. We'll have to work that out. But welcome to everybody in chat as well. Thank you for joining us for the first episode of 2026. Obviously, we've got pre-season. We're in the middle of it right now. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't help but feel there's a lot of really positive vibes and energy coming out of Punt Road. It's sort of, I don't know whether it scares me a little bit or what the go is, but it just seems, I know all clubs are ultra positive this time of year, but there just seems to be a lot of good things happening. Sam Lawler seems to be in ripping nick at training. I don't know if you saw David King's tweet today, gents. He was down at training. I think Mitch Cleary was there as well. And even Kingy was a bit blown away with the talent running around. There's still a bit to go. We're still got to develop and grow. But I don't know, 2026, there's an element of excitement around this, I think, EJ.
Absolutely. And I absolutely loved the elite Nick Theodosi Prestige Cars reference. I thought that was fantastic. Yeah, look, I've had a good break. I've enjoyed not thinking about footy that much, but now that, these reports are starting to become a bit more frequent, the juices are flowing, and I'm really, really excited about what we've got coming up for the year ahead.
And it's not even the newer draftees, even some of the older boys, Grok, are doing some good stuff out there too. It sounds like Shorty's been leading by example. I know like Lynch and I think it was maybe Nankervis have been on some modified programs, but Hopper looks fitter than what he was last year again, which is another good sign. So it seems like we're firing on a lot of cylinders, which maybe we weren't doing as well at last year.
Yeah, I think that comes down to, a lot of the expectation around the draftees and the years that they had last year coming in. I think it's just freshened the boys up and a little bit almost of I've actually got maybe some competition in a couple of years' time. I need to, be at the top of my game as well. So it's all around with the list refresh that we've had over the last 2.5, 3 years. You'd be hard pressed not to be excited about what 2027 is going to look like. Like this year, as David King said, he wouldn't be surprised if we finish top 10. But next year, next year, I think that's when, once we get 40 games into Sammy Lawler and get Gibcus back up to full fitness, Harry Armstrong, John Dufaul, those sorts. Once they're 30, 40 games in, that's when I think we'll really start climbing. And in 5 years' time, I think we'll be a very scary side.
Well, if you look at the if you look at the preseason notes that we've sort of like from your videos, Michael's, and the feedback we've seen online and the track watches. So the guys who are I've got cherry ripe / borderline flying. So that's just a reference to remember. What was it, the package? He was borderline flying in the preseason a few years ago. So obviously everyone's talking Lawler, Houghton, Jasper Ellis getting really good feedback. Cummings getting really good feedback. Grill, Seth Campbell, Mansell, and I do apologise. I'll get the Geelong rookie's name wrong. You can feel free to say that one.
Richco.
Yep. Morris Rowley Jr.'s come back in good shape. Yep. And obviously Gibcus is getting some very positive feedback. So the good thing is that's a whole bunch of young blokes they're all talking about. It's not the old blokes leading. It's the young blokes coming through to support your points, lads. That's what everyone's looking at, and they're all talking about what they're doing. So, yeah, it's good.
And even a lot of it comes down to the 3rd to 6 year players. I want to highlight, and I know I might get bashed in comments, but I do want to highlight Morris Jr. I think his return to pre-season has been really, really sharp. I know there's been a lot of criticism of the way he's maybe returned to pre-seasons in previous years. And you definitely can't say the same this year. He's been in flying form condition-wise, been getting a bit more of the ball. Disposal's been good, but it's just been really pleasing to hear that he's been running just as hard at the end of sessions than he has at the start of sessions. So he's clearly put a bit of work into his fitness, EJ. And I think a little bit of that comes down to that the reality is that with these draftees that we've picked up, that these kids are going to start taking over and passing some of these players quickly if they don't step up themselves. So I think with the amount of kids we've brought in, it's already generating that pressure for spots, which is a huge thing for any football club.
100%. And I think there's going to be some people that we would have considered to be, locks for the best 23 that are going to struggle, and household names for us that are going to struggle to get games because, the change is coming faster than probably even what we thought. The old guard, they have to be top of their game.
What was interesting, Grock, about the most recent match sim that we had on Friday last week, it was really, really interesting to read that the midfield makeup was 2 youngsters and an elder. Now, I thought it was going to be the other way. I thought they might have gone a Taranto, Prestia, and then a Lawler, but they were going with a Lawler, a Cumming, and then a Taranto. I really like it. Reality is I don't think we're going to do that a lot during the season. I think that's very much let's have a look and see what happens at training. But the best part of that was to hear how well Sam Lawler and Sam Cumming did do together as a midfield pairing and the damage that they were sort of creating. And it kind of just dawned on me that at the risk of making comparisons, but they could very well be the Dusty and Koch 2.0.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's interesting. And I think they want to get that rotation in as quickly as possible. So when the season comes around, obviously coming as a first-year player, as a midfielder, we're probably not expecting all that much. And obviously Sammy Lawler coming off the injuries that he had last year. Again, the expectations are probably a little bit lowered. But you have a look at the midfield makeup that we had last year, and it was too old, it was too slow, it was too one-dimensional. But both Taranto and Hopper looked really, really good when they were able to get forward with the ball. Obviously, they hit the scoreboard a lot more. So I think it's interesting that Hopper is the one that they moved out. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hopper plays that more of the outside sort of hybrid role going through, because I could see Cumming and Lawler taking a few centre bounces throughout the year, especially against some of the weaker mid sides, because again, it's one of the ones where we want to get the games into them. So in 2 years' time, they're going to be the mainstay mids when Hopper and Taranto are sort of on the decline as well. And we don't want to run those two into the ground either. So I think it's going to be really, really good. I wouldn't be surprised if those two, Lawler and Cumming, are our starting mids for the Demons game in Ballarat for the practice game.
Well, speaking of the practice game, because it could happen a week earlier, because we do play Essendon on Friday, the 20th of February, down at the Hangar, which is the unofficial one. So I reckon we might see quite a bit of youngster cub action out that way, like we did against West Coast last year. But I think it's going to look a hell of a lot better. What were you going to say, EJ, before I jumped in on the other match?
Oh, so I was saying to Ruck, you're sort of looking at Hopper to have that sort of the old Jack Graham role.
Yeah, Jack Graham, or even the Kane Lambert role.
Yeah.
It's that sort of link up.
I've got a weird vibe that I can see Jasper Alger playing a Kane Lambert role. He has worked tremendously hard on his running capabilities this offseason, both for endurance and for speed. Like, he's winning in his group in a lot of the Bronco runs, keeping up with some of our traditional better runners. I know I've been big on him for a little while, but I don't know. I just have good vibes about Jasper for 2026. But what about in the ruck department, gents? It's a place on the grounds that we probably have the biggest question mark on. Not so much for the number one ruck, because we know that we've got Nankervis and he's going to do what he does very well all year round. But I guess it's more about the backup role to him and how we utilise the fifth spot on the bench. Samson Ryan, again, from all reports, has been training really well, moving well, taking marks, hitting targets. We read a little bit of that last year as well, and nothing much kind of transpired. It does feel like that he's now entering that mature age for a ruckman, and he really needs to start making something of this if he's going to have an AFL career of some kind. How do you see the second ruck part playing out?
But this ties into a deeper question with the five on the bench. And I actually, so I've got Cam. I challenge. So at some stage, Richmond supporters, we've made a commitment on this show. We're going to have to try and pick a best 23 by consensus before the season starts. So we're going to try and pick a team. And I'm telling you, when you put your team on paper, someone misses out in a couple of spots, and it's bloody hard. With these kids, it's actually for the first time, it's really, really hard. So I look at Campbell Gray, and someone raised before, he's training really, really well. So I have actually Campbell Gray on the bench, and I've actually got Noel Bolter as my second ruck option to support Nankervis. So in my team, Samson Ryan, and this is his make or break year, there's no doubt about it. He's still not in my team because I'm trying to keep a more flexible, mobile back line, and we know Bolter can second ruck, and he's good round the pill, but it's just good luck. Good luck actually trying to work out the second ruck role. Good luck with that.
I think that with Bolter going through, I've got him as my second ruck as well, but that's where Gibcus becomes really important to stay fit, because he can play that hybrid defender role as the third man, the interceptor, or he can actually play as a one-on-one defender as well. So that's where he becomes even more important defensively when Bolter moves up.
And Broad. So I Broad on the bench. So Nathan Broad, Campbell Gray, and Gibcus are pivotal in that mix, so to speak.
How about we leave the selection to the selection show? We'll be here all night.
But no. But the point being, AJ, the question was raised on how do you solve the second ruck conundrum. So
now we're talking about Broad. Now you're talking about Broad. Come on, focus.
Just quickly, EJ.
We're trying to say to cover if Bolt is your second ruck option. We're trying to think a little bit deeper below the surface, mate. Eh?
That's my fault. I've opened up a can of worms there. But before I close the can of worms, EJ, Nick raises a really good point. Like Campbell Gray, I know CB said off the top that there's a lot of good reports about his training, and Nick mentions the leadership qualities as well. It's getting difficult to not fit him in. The backline's feeling stacked, so I'm going to be interested to see how we go about squeezing all these players in. But I feel like this is a question you don't want to answer and save it for, as I was asking you, I'm like, he's going to want to save it for the team selection show, which makes sense as well.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think every line you've got, we're gonna have people left out. I did try and do a first draft the other night, and I just gave up. I gave up.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Near finished.
I encourage everybody to have a crack at doing a best 23, and I promise you, on the assumption everyone's fit and healthy, I promise you that you will be leaving out players you never thought you'd be leaving out because you just don't know where to put them. And like when I did my ones, I was probably not calculating Nick Vlastuin into the equation, but it seems like he could be in there. So that's interesting too. But before we go too deep into team selection talk, we'll save that one for another time. How about a pat on the back or a round of applause for Luke Bruce? And I know we haven't played a game yet, but I can't help but feel the impact he's going to have on the playing group as a whole, and obviously more specifically the forward line, the small forwards. It feels like it's going to help elevate us in an area of the ground that we struggled in tremendously last year and probably for a couple of years. It feels like we're going to start getting on top of that bit by bit, CB.
Yeah, agree. So I was just reading the North YouTubers left Miller out twice. Backline still looks good. Maybe the North YouTubers shouldn't look at Richmond if he's leaving a bloke come out fourth in our BNF. Jesus Christ, we got problems.
No, that was Dylan Alexander. I can understand his rationale behind it, but I mean Miller will be in there. We all know that as Richmond supporters.
No, it's like Jaden Short. Jaden Short will be in there. But to go back on your point, yeah, look, the coaching
in my team.
He's borderline in mine.
The coaching appointments, I think, were just outstanding. Bruce and Dre, like just out of the game, fresh, come from strong clubs. I think it was needed. It was a good refresh. So well done to the Richmond team for getting.
And to Phoenix's point, it wasn't just Bruce. You bang on it, Zeeble and Taylor Duray as well. I'm always a big fan, Grock, of, especially with the young list, having development coaches that are so fresh out of the game. They just seem a lot more relatable, and the instruction they give is going to be a lot more applicable and easy for them to convey, I think, to players who are currently playing. So I think, I don't want to say it's a masterstroke. It just seemed like an obvious thing to do. And Uze said that it was a very targeted approach to get both Bruce and Duray. So they clearly had a plan in mind, and I think it's the right way to go about it.
Yeah, absolutely. The game changes so quickly, from year to year, even with new trends and everything. So getting someone in who's been 3 or 4 years out of the game, what they know and the tactics that they have are almost redundant at that point. So having a player who's just finished up their careers with the current trend and getting them in is really, really good. The Zeeble, I'm not too sold on, just based purely on our midfield structures over the last couple of years since he's been with the midfield. Again, no fault of his own, but still there's been some question marks on positioning and that sort of thing, defensive efforts. But the other two, the videos that Luke Bruce has been highlighted in at the club on the training track and everything, the way that he's getting involved and really vocal, you can just tell he's enjoying it, like just being out there in that side of things as well. And with the small forwards that we have, I'm looking at like Morris Rioli and Judson Clark when he gets back, these sorts of players that they're going to be the ones that are going to really benefit from Luke Bruce. Jasper Alga, the other one. I think it's going to be really, really good. And even Sammy Lawler and Sam Cumming, when they go forward, learning from one of the better, small and mid-sized forwards of the AFL era, I think we're in really, really good hands.
Just seeing Jack Ross's name pop up a touch in the comments. So just so you know, Jack Ross has actually been training and he's playing the match sim on a wing. So could be a real interesting transition for Ross to flick him back out onto a wing after not playing there last season. So I think he's in calculation somewhere. Yeah. But they've obviously got a thing for it. So see how it works out.
Look, the thing about Bruce, getting back to that for a minute, is you don't have to be Einstein to work out that his footy IQ is off the charts. And there are, as I was at pains to point out at different times last year, there are people who are natural forwards and there are people who are not, right? The people who are not natural forwards are going to pick up loads. They're going to pick up loads. The people who are natural forwards are going to find it fantastic and it will accelerate their development, but it's those people that we sometimes throw down that look like a duck out of water but rely on their athleticisms, not naming any names. But players like that will get a lot out of someone like Bruce.
Yeah. And the one other thing is he was a dead eye with his goal kicking. If he can get our guys 10% better with their accuracy with their shots at goal, it's going to go a long way as well.
Huge difference.
You can't figure out how good he was. He couldn't. He didn't have a big leap. He wasn't fast. He wasn't massively strong. He just got shit done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly right. No nonsense. And he did it the hard way too. So he knows the trials and tribulations of trying to get to an AFL list. So I think that plays in his favour as well. What else I have on pre-season? The only other names I want to really get everyone's thoughts on, because I've seen the name pop up a couple of times in the chat. All lemon lime bitters.
The lemon lime bitters.
Oh, good choice.
Amazing.
Yeah, very good.
That's basically 90% vodka, 10% cordial. But anyway.
I'm on the soda waters, you clown.
Yeah.
Jacques Hughes.
Josh Smiley is the name I've seen pop up in comments a bit. He's obviously still in the recovery phase. And I mean, the last thing we heard from the club was that he'd be due back to full training end of Jan, early Feb, which we are obviously closing in on very quickly. But he seems to be doing the running program and things like that at the club, which is good. I still think whether people like this or not, I guess we'll soon find out in the comments, but we have time, right? There's still no rush. I know we're all impatient. We all want to see him, but I think we're in a fortunate spot because of the talent we've brought in. We're still very lucky to see all these young kids come through and be excited by what they bring to the table, that we still just don't need to rush him. And I feel like we're going to see him. My guess will be around mid-season. Or maybe before mid-season. Let's call it around 7 to 10, somewhere around there. I reckon we might see Smiley unleashed in some capacity. But where do you gents sit on the Smiley fronts, and what are your hopes and dreams for him for 2026?
My hopes and dreams of this commentary just continues at EJ all year.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look, I think with Smil, I've got no signs for him to back it up. But if the kids I think his injuries can now be explained a bit with him still growing. So there might be something to the fact that he's been injured basically for a year and a bit. He's just about to kick off in the main group training, I believe. I think he's got just about through it, didn't he? So
yeah,
we'll start to see a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to start.
It's almost like you didn't listen to Michaels in the previous 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was too busy reading the comments about you. But no, I just no pressure on these guys now, mate. There's no pressure on these kids. Just let them come through.
We say there's no pressure. I'd be disappointed if he hasn't played at least one AFL game by the bye. If he hasn't played at least one, I think I'd be disappointed. And essentially, by dream time, I'd hoped he's played at least 5 or 6 VFL games.
Could you see him on a wing? Could you see him on a wing, Rock?
I wouldn't put him on a wing, purely. The running capacity and everything, that's probably not great for him. Again, I'd put him in where he's most comfortable, build his confidence up, and get him seasoned that way. Because, again, you can do all the training on the track that you want, but, training fitness and match fitness are 2 different things. And for the role that he plays and the role that we need him to play at AFL level, getting him in and around the contest as early as possible to expose him to it, I think is going to benefit both of us.
No, I think a bloke who didn't play a game for the whole first year because he had hamstring trouble, let's definitely put him on the wing and run the guts out of him. That'd be great.
100%.
You idiot.
Just saying, Cornsey.
It'd just be good to see him on.
You line them up and I'll knock them down, all right? Keep going.
Before we jump into the actual topic for tonight, this last one, Juddy Clark, when would 12 months be for that? Was it May, June? I don't know. I'm trying to work out when
late April, early May, I think.
Was it? Okay, it was that early. Okay. So we're getting close. I mean, I know that statistics aren't on Juddy Clark's side in terms of a return to AFL football. I just have this deep feeling that he's going to buck that trend just because he's so young. This is probably a little bit more hope than anything else, but I'm really hopeful that he will get back and play some good football because he is a seriously smart footballer and he is someone that can definitely improve us on the field in the AFL side, which I think is where he belongs. So I'm backing him in and hopefully he gets a good crack at it this year, Juddy Clark.
Yeah, there's a comment from Dave. With the rate that Smiley's growing, it could be a long-term ruck option.
It could be.
Well,
it could be.
What's he up to? 197 or something now? 198? It's nuts.
Yeah, 197. 197.
He's getting bigger than Sonny Lawler's neck, which is
I think
massive.
David Dasher is CB's long-lost half-brother.
Can we just talk about the size of Sammy Lawler's neck, mate? It's coming off. It's not quite at Scotty Turner 95 levels, but it's getting there. And keep working on the Sammy. And look, with Smill, he's had a big preseason. He's up to 8 wet towels. He hasn't quite met Andy Collins' 14 wet towels after the showers, but he's getting there, right?
But no, preseason going well. I'm good to hear Sam Grill. Pike is going okay as well. Maybe there's some noise about him earlier on in the season too. Just seems like they've got a good thing going at the footy club at the moment, and always look forward to the training reports to see what's happening in that space. But the purpose for tonight is EJ and CB wanted to have a collective discussion to see if we can somehow universally agree on what games we might win for 2026. And this could be a 4-hour episode, folks. Now, I did have to whip this up in AI, so full disclosure. It didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do, but you'll all get the picture. No, I've removed it at the stage. That one. Okay, so we've got 3 possible outcomes here. Realistically, not winnable, because as much as we obviously want to, you'd love to finish in the 10th spot and play wild card, but you've got to have an element of being realistic about it. What we think is gettable and what we think should be wins. I don't know how we're going to all come to universal agreement on it, but we'll do our best. So we'll start from the start of the fixture. The Blues round 1. What does everyone think about this? I mean, I don't think it can't be the first one. I think it has to be either gettable or win, I would have thought.
Gettable.
Realistically gettable, but I'd put that down as a win. Like, I personally reckon we'll knock them off. They're a weaker side this year than they were last year, and we knocked them off.
I actually think they're going to be I was talking to CB today. I think they're going to be a better side than what people give them credit for.
I think they're a bit more well-rounded. If it can click for them with the players they picked up, they're actually really handy pickups. But it's if they can adapt to the Voss game style early enough to make an impact. That might be the only thing that stops them. I think it's gettable too. A few people saying we're going to smash Carlton. I'd love to. Don't sign me up if we're going to smash them. Sign me up. But obviously the ruck stock, they're weaker. Missing Kerno. I think if we think about a key forward perspective for them, I think our defenders' jobs are made a little bit easier from a key perspective, having just Mackay to worry about as the big man. No Swivani as well, of course. But their medium-sized forwards and smaller forwards could be what causes the issue, which we probably don't have players to cater for in that particular spot.
And no TDK either, who usually runs rings around Nank, especially in the second half of the game as well with his fitness. So that'll help Nank a lot as well.
Round 2, we've got the Gold Coast Suns. Look, personally, I can't see Dimmer letting us beat them again.
Yeah, not
even. I know it's at the G, but
at the G, I'd say it's the first one. Realistically, not winnable. If it was at Marvel, I'd probably put us as gettable. But if it's at the G, I'd do the first one.
Early on, the Suns are just going to come out and go bang, bang, bang. I reckon.
Yeah. Yep.
I think they might torch a few of the Suns. Or Hayden's backing us in. I'd love to. I just, we all saw and know the Dimmer mantra that he doesn't lose to a team twice, and they are going to improve significantly in this off-season, unfortunately.
I mean, the players they brought in, it's gone from a scary side to a nightmare side.
I know. Correct. It's crazy. Round 3, we've got Fremantle in Optus Stadium in Perth.
Forget about it.
That's tough.
Realistically,
not going to be good.
Yeah. And the thing is when we break these up over the next little while, we're expecting to pick up some of these gettables, right? So we're going to have, X amount in each group. The wins, we're being realistic about the wins, but we say there's 8 or 9 gettables, we expect to pick some of those up.
And if you win one of the realistically not winnable ones, it's just a bonus.
I'd almost have the Freo game as a gettable one with the space over there and the game plan that we're trying to instill. I could see us pinching that one.
I just think they're too far advanced list-wise than us. they're getting into that window now.
Yeah, they're in the sweet spot. It'd be huge if we were able to. It'd be tough. It'd be tough to get them over there. Round 4, we've got Port Adelaide at the MCG. Surely
I think we're going to all agree here.
I've not even waited for further opinion. I've just dropped it straight into the wins box. I don't know if this is true or not, but it just feels like we don't often play them at the MCG, so we need to capitalise on any chance we get playing any interstate side on our home deck. They've got a new coach, so they're going to have a few teething issues, you would imagine, in their first season. But I think we need to be going into this game believing this is absolutely winnable, EJ.
Yep. I've got it down as a winnable game, a win.
5 goals. I'm already got us in for 5 goals.
5 goals. We'll take it. Round 5 against the Giants at Barossa Park. So this is part of Gather Round.
Gettable.
Yeah,
Gettable.
I'd have that as gettable. Yep.
Gettable.
I don't mind that on the back of the fact that we were 2 kicks away from putting them to the sword and a half of football on their home deck last year. And I know maybe that's one out of the box. I don't know. But being that it's at a neutral ground, I don't like the wings at Barossa, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, I feel like it does sort of even things up a bit. So we'll say gettable. Round 6 against the Kangaroos at Marvel Stadium. Now, we do play the Kangaroos twice.
And for that reason, I've got this one as a gettable.
Yeah, at Marvel as a gettable.
I have it because it's at Marvel and it's north. I've actually got it as not winnable because it's at Marvel. I've actually gone in the negative column in this one.
Really? Okay.
I think they'll get us in round 4. They'll be pumped up. It's the wrong time to get them. And that's shithole.
If they get us in round 4, they're doing very well considering we don't play until round 6. But, yep. If they get us in round 4, I reckon we're a chance in round 6.
Yeah.
What's that? 70% of the time, 100% of times it works, whatever that's saying.
60% of the time it works every time.
Yeah.
I think it has to be a gettable one. I think if we're to progress this year as a footy side, we need to be in the hunt for those games. And look, I mean, by rights, North should be a little bit more ahead of us. I think they had a bit of they did have a bit of a down year last year. I think they'll course correct a little bit. But on North, just quickly, shout out to Paul Curtis, and hopefully he's doing all right. You don't like reading about shit like that in the news. In a life-threatening situation. So hopefully he's okay because he's a gun player as well. But round 7 against the D's, Anzac Eve, which has been a bit of a bogey event for us for a little while, I feel, at the MCG, obviously. This one...
Not this year. Not this
gettable.
Year.
This is gettable.
Is this gettable or win?
Win.
I'm going gettable only for the Gorn factor. The Gorn always seems to be one of the difference makers.
They have gutted it. No Petrarca, no Off. They've gutted their list.
I know.
If we can't roll them.
They've lost those 2 midfielders. They've picked up Mychek, though. So they've got Mychek up forward, who's notoriously been a bit of an awkward matchup. The Gorn piece is a big piece. I feel like we owe one. I think we've got to put it. We've got to go into that game expecting to win.
Yep.
Mychek's such a smart footballer.
I love.
Yeah, but we've got smart defenders.
I'm just giving an opponent a tick. That's all.
Why don't you marry? You love him. Why don't you marry him, mate? Have his baby.
I've got it down as a win.
Seriously.
You pillock.
Round 8. I think we have the D's twice. Yes. So round 8 is West Coast in Perth.
Win.
Gettable.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, isn't it? I know we slaughtered them on their home deck last year. There's a part of me that thinks they won't let that happen again. They've got some good draftees. Harley Reid gets a little bit older, a bit more. I mean, surely
no Oscar Allen.
That's very funny. That's actually very good, CP. I like that. Well done.
Thank you.
That's
hey, Bobby, how are you, mate? I think we have to go into that game as a winnable game. You would think. I mean, they're on relatively the same level as us, so we need to be genuine chances in that game. The one off, the fact that it's in Perth does play in their favour, but we did do well last time.
I've been outvoted.
Yeah. Round 9, sorry. Richmond against Adelaide at the MCG.
Realistically not winnable.
I don't think it matters where that's played. We're not going to get near them. You reckon it's gettable, EJ?
Oh, well, Curtin's still going to be out.
He's just one player, though.
Got stretched off. A very good player.
Very good player.
Yeah. If it was in Adelaide, I'd have it as realistically not winnable. But yeah, I've been outvoted again. That's fine. We move on.
You know what's happening. EJ's jotting all this down, and if we happen to knock him off, he's going to slap us silly the following week.
I've got it all on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, there we go. He's bringing receipts. Yeah. He's got receipts.
It's the podcast version of bookmark this.
I've got it. It's all. I've got the whole year down.
I'm trying to.
The MCG does put it in our favour, but I mean, the Crows are a top 4 side, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It would take them to play their worst and us to play our best, which isn't. I mean, that can happen, right? Probability. I don't know. We'll see how that one plays out. Round 10, St Kilda at Marvel Stadium.
Not at Marvel. Not winnable at Marvel.
Yeah, realistically,
they pump us at Marvel. They pump us.
And the names that they brought in as well makes it even harder.
Yep.
What have you got for that one, EJ?
I've got gettable.
Oh my fucking god! Have you got everything?
I don't think we can beat them there either.
But see, this is the thing. It's not Brisbane in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Right.
But mate,
it's not. Yeah. No.
They pants us at Marvel every time. It's like they pants
even
us
in
at
2017
Marvel.
when we were flying, they pantsed us.
Correct. Last year they beat us by 120. What? They beat us by 80 points. There, they
80 points. I was there. I was there.
And I was in a corporate box. It was horrendous.
Yeah, I need to stop going.
Subtle brag.
I need to stop going with a Saints supporting friend because every time I've gone with him to a Richmond St Kilda game, we've been absolutely smoked.
Yeah.
Right. Let's keep going.
Yeah, they're a tricky one to play, St Kilda. I mean, their recruits could backfire. It may not, but yeah, a bit to play out. Round 11, Essendon, dream time at the G, always a wonderful occasion.
Win.
It's one of those ones where, yeah, I mean, we went 1-1 last year, or did we beat them twice?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Yeah.
This we need to be trying to get that result our way, and very much on our level. They got some good young kids who they drafted, but you'd think we should be good enough to win that.
Can I just put a message out to the Essendon media department? If you're going to put out a video that says, "Oh, look at Tats to such and such,"
it's Sardis and Dyson Sharp,
not some munged piece of shit that floats like a Stephen Kernan shot at goal. It was horrendous, that kick that went forward. Yeah. It wasn't
the
good.
handball, a 1.5 meter handball that nearly missed the target as well. Like you're putting this in the highlights package, really?
That's the best they got.
Jones Racing brings up a very good point. We slammed Scott for this last year.
We did, rightfully so. We make no apologies for that.
Yep. We looked like we were going to torch him, so he's parked the bus and made it the ugliest game of football of all time. Teach your team to play football. Come on, man.
Watching that game, I wasn't sure if that was Scotty or Jose Mourinho. Like the bus parking that happened there.
But that won't be one we're getting on Name a Game.
But already here, you're looking. There's only 4 games out of 11 that we think we're out of. So that's not a bad thing for a team that's rebuilding, yeah?
I agree. Yeah. Round 12, before we hit our bye, round 12, we've got the Swans at the SCG.
Just add another one into that realistically not winnable column.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, look, they had some teething issues last year under Dean Cox with his first year, but they will be they're going to be hard to beat. You would assume that they're going to bounce back and play finals.
Yeah, the fast game plans, Charlie. The fast game plans that we try to play just aren't conducive to the small SCG condensed ground. There's not enough space to play the games that we want.
It's a shit ground for football.
Yep.
You just don't get good games of footy there. It's a shit ground for football. And I'm not knocking the SCG. To go to the cricket there, it's a bloody fantastic ground.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great viewing ground. It's just a shit ground for football.
Yeah. It's no wonder that the Swans are such a great contested team because it's the way that they have to play at the SCG.
Yeah, exactly right. Round 14, we've got the Brisbane Lions.
Hang on.
Sorry.
Round 13, we've got the bye. Can you put down a win, please?
There you go. Put us into the win. We've got a win against the bye. Very good. Give ourselves 4 points. The Lions, round 14, Ninja Stadium, Hobart. The reigning back-to-back premiers.
RNW. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I don't like admitting it, but they are playing exceptionally good football. They've picked up some good players, and I don't think it matters where that game was played. They would most likely beat us.
Caveat, midwinter in Hobart.
Not favourable for them.
That could give us no, it's not.
It would need to be torrential.
Rain,
I've never seen us win a game in Tasmania. I've never seen us win in Tasmania full stop. We get pants every time. I hate it when we play there.
I'll be down at that game.
I'm thinking about going across for it myself.
Yeah, my brother lives about 40 minutes outside Hobart. And, we'll get down there, take the kids down, go with the cousins. Should be good fun.
Now, can we just say also, when EJ and I set this up, I did put a thing in there that we have to make a call on one upset win for the year as well. Yes. So just keep that in mind, folks. If all of a sudden there's a bit of a radical call out there, just understand it's one of us going, we think it's an upset. But go on.
Or do we backtrack at the end and go what the upsets will be at the end? We'll do the whole exercise, then we'll talk about what upset we think it might be.
Go for it.
Round 15 is the return leg against North at the MCG.
Win.
Yep, I'm with you guys in the win. I think, again, for reasons earlier, it's one we've got to be competing hard into to get 4 points in. I mean, the unknown is how both teams are tracking. But we actually ended up doing a little bit better after the bye, didn't we? So hopefully the same thing sort of happens and we're sort of cracking on with it. Yep. Round 16, Collingwood at the MCG.
Win.
That's
my upset. I think we can get the pies.
We literally just said let's get through and do the upsets at the end.
Well,
and you just don't listen. He literally just said we'll do the upsets at the end.
You literally sound like my teachers for 13 years in secondary school.
Well, maybe your teachers were onto something.
No, they weren't. They were idiots. I've got us as a win. I reckon we can win. We can beat the Pies.
I've got this as gettable. I reckon we're a chance against the Pies.
Yep.
Oh.
Especially if we play quick. Pies aren't a very quick side.
Like
I'll humour everyone and I'll go gettable. I reckon maybe it's gettable, but if I was allowed to put that in the middle of the two over there, I'd probably have it somewhere in the middle of realistically not winnable.
What do you think,
gettable?
Each gettable?
No, he had it as realistically.
I had realistically not winnable.
Yeah,
I just think that they're just such a. Well, like you were talking about with Sydney, they're a hard-bodied side. They're an older side. They're just more mature, and as the season goes on, if we're fading in any way, shape, or form, they're just going to get a hold of us.
The only thing that I'll say about the Pies is their lack of key forwards is what could undo them in a lot of games. And maybe where a team like us with the intercept defenders that we have can get on top if they don't resort to kicking it and hitting up targets of their smaller forwards. Like Jamie Elliott's still going to be a handful. Bobby Hill, if he's playing, will be a handful, no doubt. And they've pretty much got Tim Membry as maybe the most noted forward. I'm not sure it's Darcy Cameron. I'm not sure what his status is, but yeah, that'll be an interesting one.
That's the game that you expect Bolter to be the one that steps up, like with no Yep, he's the one that really needs to step up for that game.
Round
Dave
17.
Yes, Dave the Dasher. Yes.
We wouldn't have a calculator. Yeah, in your face. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Round 17 is the return leg against the Blues at the MCG.
Gettable.
You'd like to, in an ideal world, you'd like to go 1-1 in that one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you would edge it closer towards win. Like you'd be happy to put it in that middle there, wouldn't you? It should be one we go in there believing we can win, but we've got to still, respect them as well, I suppose. Round 18, return leg against the Demons at the MCG.
Win.
Gettable.
So we've got win, a gettable, EJ. Rock.
I'd have that as gettable. I think with our side maybe running a little bit out of legs again, that could be towards the back end of the season. The reason why the D's, as a more mature side, may get us.
I can appreciate that logic, and I'll go gettable for that. But again, I mean, the week of, we should be going in thinking we should win. But that's not bad logic. Round 19 against the Hawks, MCG. Cannot see us getting near the Hawks, unfortunately. They'll be a top 5 or 6 prospect, I would imagine. And I know, Will Day and what's happening there will be interesting, but I don't think that would impact their ability to beat us during the season. I wouldn't have thought. Round 20 against the Bulldogs at Marvel, which is...
Let's just move on. Just move on.
Straight there.
They are going to obliterate us.
So, Sam Darcy, obviously, he's going to be one of, if not the best player in the competition very, very shortly. They will be a scary prospect. Richmond versus West Coast, the return leg at the MCG.
Win.
Move on.
Surely that has to be a game we identify as a win. The return leg of the Adelaide game at Adelaide Oval.
You know where it's going.
We know where it's going. No further comments required. Return leg against the Saints at the MCG.
Gettable
Gettable at that one. Yep.
Yeah, at the G, I'm fine with gettable there. I think that's a good call. And then rounding out the season, round 24, Geelong at Maui by the Sea.
Win. No.
Realistically, not winnable.
Yeah.
As annoying as that is.
Geelong get the easy run into finals. Like that's 2 or 3 years in a row we've played them last round, and last 3 or 4 years.
At least 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 years they've also played 3 of the bottom 6 sides in the last 3 games heading into finals. Like they get extraordinarily looked after towards the pointy end of the season with fixturing.
Hang on, Jones Racing's gone bang. Cats game not winnable unless it's a final. Boom. Okay, so with that done, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 7 wins or 7 games that we think should be wins. The same amount, so 7 games we think that should be gettable, and then the rest we're saying that are realistically not winnable. So I guess the secondary question is, of these gettable games, what do you think is a realistic expectation on converting? Like, how many would you hope or think we should convert to a win that might surprise you? The big ones to me is probably the 2 Carlton games, and I mean the Melbourne game as well, right? That could quite easily be a win too.
And GWS, there's 4. If you can convert 4 of those games, you actually are talking.
I mean, even the North Melbourne one,
territory.
Like even North Melbourne.
If we convert 2 of them, we're done well.
Yeah.
So that would be 9 wins.
We've got to be realistic about where we are.
And the reality of that is, EJ, is there's most likely going to be a game within this wins column that we drop, that we shit the bed and don't win where we are expected to win.
Maybe 2 of them.
But we might then pick up one in this gettable column, or we might jag one in the realistically not winnable one that will make up the difference. But I think the nicety is to win all those wins, but the reality is we probably won't win all of those wins.
Now that we've completed the fixture, Everyone else, would you like to reveal your upset tip?
You'll never guess mine, EJ.
I'm actually going to go.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go round 19 at the MCG against Hawthorn.
Oh, I would love that. That would be that would make my day if that was to be the one for a lot of obvious reasons.
Yeah, that's my tip for the upset.
See, you put me on the spot because I didn't know that we were tipping an upset, so I've got to think for a sec. I mean, anyone who knows me would say that my heart is saying like Geelong, knocking them off round 23 would be like fantastic, but I'm going to go the Gold Coast game. I think if that's the one, I reckon, like we could get them.
I'm going to go the Sydney game. Or the Swans one.
Or maybe I've used too much logic. I just thought our best chance of an upset was at the MCG.
I just think Collingwood's gettable because you can actually get them with outside run. They'll be a bit slower this year. Their forward line's a touch weaker. I just think the Pies are definitely one weaker Jag. So, but like I said, seven wins is improving on last year by a further 2 wins, which means we're going in the right areas.
Yeah.
My logic for the Gold Coast game is we know exactly the way that they're going to play, so it's going to be easier for us to prepare for that than. So there should be no excuses that the tactics surprise us. In terms of wins, though, I think 7 should be the expectation.
Yep.
I think if we can get to 9, that'd be fantastic. And if we can, heaven forbid, go 50-50 with the gettables and end up on 11, I think that should put Uze almost in contention for Coach of the Year if we can get to 11 wins.
So I'm going to get on my soapbox a bit here. Damien 9229 said, how many games will we need to win to finish 10th and play in the wildcard round, do you think?
12.
No, I don't care because I hate the wildcard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to actually give an answer to it, so Sydney finished 10th last year with 12 wins. So that's sort of your ballpark area for that. I mean, we're not going to pull that off, but
like 12 wins. But if we knock them off, that'll be 11 compared to last year for the Swans because they beat us.
I mean, look, I think you guys are right there. If we walk away with 7 wins, that is a good improvement. And you've got to remember, as exciting as it is looking forward to season 2026, the reality is we're still probably only going to see incremental improvement in that area. But like we've also discussed, a lot of what we want to see for 2026 is in relation to the percentage side of things as well, which I know you were big on last year, EJ. So let's talk about that quickly. Our percentage last year, what was it? I had it up on the screen before. It was 66%.
Yeah.
And West Coast were the only team worse off on 60.1. Obviously, not great areas at all. What percentage do you think would be an acceptable pass mark for 2026? And can we get away with the same or less wins, but a higher percentage, and still have that as a step forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you need
a higher percentage means we've been more competitive in the losses, which is what we want. I think minimum, realistically, if we want improvement, I'd say 80% should be minimum pass mark. If we can have 80% end of the year on the ladder, I think that's a really good indication of where we're heading.
Yep.
Agreed.
What is that? I haven't done the math on it. Do we know what that might look like? Is that having a lot less 70-point losses?
We score 80 points.
Yeah. I think it works out to be like average losses of about 20-ish points.
Michael was inspired by Blake for 10 seconds.
Yeah,
it's not just UCV. Just set
no, but you know what I mean. In terms of like the games, like compared to what we did last year, is it 3 or 4 fewer 40-point games? Like your average score being at around that 70-point rate instead of 50. Like, what other metrics within that do you want to see to signify a successful year?
I do not know how many games we lost by over 50 points last year, but limiting those big losses is where we'll see the improvement. Less smashings.
I'll get an answer for you, Edge.
That'd be great. Thank you.
And there was no 100-point losses last year, which was good. So we need to maintain that this year. But to your point, EJ, we then need to eliminate those 70 to 80-point losses and then chip away at the 50 and 60-point losses and so on.
I'd also like 3 games of 100-plus scoring minimum.
That was the next one, offensively. And I think that ties back a little bit to our talk about Bruce earlier and the goal kicking, things like that. Like you said, Grog, if we can improve our front half of the ground by 10%, that feels achievable because we fell short a couple of times. We hit it once. Let's talk about the forwards quickly. We've got Tom Lynch, who we know, we don't know, but we feel like he might be good for, let's call it 25 or 30 goals. I'm probably downscaling him a little bit because there may be a transitional stage where he's not the main focal point. Jonty Fall and Harry Armstrong, you'd love to see him kick 20 each or something around that mark, 25. That might be a stretch, but that's what you'd love to see. Seth Campbell kicked 28 last year, so you'd love for him to hit the 30 mark. What else or where else do the goals have to come from, and what do we need to do to get that 10% improvement?
See, now going on the percentages here, Michaels.
4 losses over 50 points.
4 losses over 50.
Yep, round 2, round 3, round 5. So we copped 3 buildings early, and then round 21 when we were a bit tired.
Wow, that's actually amazing. Just going to go on your logic there for a minute, Michaels. If we get 10% improvement in the forward line, we only need 3% improvement on the rest of the ground to hit 80%.
That's it. That's it. Just the 3% extra.
And Gibca's coming back will help with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
and obviously Noah Bolter as well, with everything now off his plate, and he can focus on his job, is going to be another big improvement as well. Hopefully, I mean, we all want it to happen. I reckon
the ball got out of our centre, out of the ruck contest at centre bounce way too easily last year. If we can tighten that up by changing the dynamic and adding a bit of speed, so that's where that move of Hopper we talked about, someone else comes in who's got a bit more fast twitch and able to, win or break even in contest. If we can slow the delivery ball down back, that's just another layer of protection that we'll have, which we didn't have last year.
I mean, if we're talking about areas of improvement for the ground, yes, we say for the forward and the defence, but it goes back to the midfield. If our midfield can be a lot more competitive, because at times they were witches' hats, especially with the dynamic against a lot of the quicker sides. If we can tighten up defensively, that solves that boosts our percentage in both ends of the ground. It stops the amount of ball coming in for the defenders and also the amount of ball going forward for our forwards. The midfield is the crucial battle for us this year to get right. And I think that's why there's been such a heavy focus on getting a lot more speed in there, a lot more competitiveness with Lawler and coming in over pre-season, even Sam Grill up through the contests as well at training, getting speed in and around the ball. And notably, Cumming and Lawler are the 2 players that really hunt to hurt the ball handler, the player with the ball, which I think goes to show that they're really trying to work on that defensive side of the game and shut down that contest and not allowing the easy ball out.
So I see that Don't Argue's put up that our quarters 1 loss last season was 28-1-63, right? So given that we're not making finals, we've got 92 quarters in the season. What do we want to turn that 28 into? Somewhere between 36 and 40 quarters?
Yeah, I think that's fair and reasonable.
Right.
The other one for me, go on.
No, well, I mean, I'm not expecting to win half the quarters, but if we can up it into the high 30s, I think that'd be a good result.
The other one for me is the goalless quarters. I know that even some good teams have goalless quarters, but we just seem to have quite a lot of them. And I understood the reasons why. Would love to have no goalless quarters. And maybe that feels a little bit hard to achieve, given we are still young and growing. But, that would be a big one for me if we're able to avoid that. It was, a bit painful.
Tiger Tim 3672, you're wrong. I've actually been AI getting the answers here. And West Coast Eagles actually led the place for 50-point plus losses, not Richmond. We only had 4. And I can give you the data on that if you want it.
Or was AI right, though? Is AI got there?
Yeah, mate. I could screenshot and send you all the stuff. So, yes, Richmond wasn't the worst team for 50-point plus losses. It was actually West Coast. We only had 4. So,
it does feel low, but that would be a good result if it was true.
They had 5. They had 5, we had 4.
And I think that goes back to what we were saying at the end of last year, where before the bye, you could tell it was all about getting the new players in and gelling and learning the game. The second half after the bye was when we really started to click. And that showed in our scoring and the transitions and our efficiency as well. It was clear to the eye test that we were a much better side after the bye than we were before the bye.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely changed quite a few things.
And also some of those 50-point losses were after Lynch's brain snap, wasn't it? Because that was really early in the season against Adelaide.
That was tough going as well, wasn't it? Yeah. We're a season more matured. We're a bit better off in that sense as well. It'll be interesting to see. It's an exciting year ahead. Before we wrap up, though, I do want to get back into the habit of letting everyone send through some questions that we can answer, because we've kind of gone away from that from the last couple of years, and that's probably on me more than anything else. So if you're watching and you're in chat and you've got some questions, send them through. We'll do our best to answer as many as possible. But it was a fun exercise, and it's pre-season's going to be interesting. We haven't got long to go until we get to the Essendon game. While questions start coming in, what are the? I'm not talking about result-wise, but what expectations would you have, EJ, on what you are wanting to see for these 2 practice games that we've got against Essendon and Melbourne? Not so much scoreline or result, because that's irrelevant, but in terms of play style or personnel or whatever it might be, what would you be hoping to see?
I just want to see a more dynamic centre mix. We know who the pillars are down, back and up, forward, all that sort of stuff. And I'd be very interested to see who takes place on the wings in the practice games.
Yeah, the wing spot will be interesting. I still reckon Rechko's a sneaky chance. We've had some
the guy
questions.
Starting the Prestige stuff's Ollie? No, you're not right, mate.
Prestige stuff. No, we'll leave that alone. That'll play how it plays out. That's not really for us to comment on. Where will Jack Ross play? So you mentioned before that you reckon CB that he's been training for the wing. I'm not fully sold on that. I don't know if I like that as a move, because I think we've tried that and it hasn't worked. I've always felt like that Ross has done his best work as an inside midfielder, but we have to be reasonable and say that there's a few newcomers that are putting their hand up for a midfield role as well, and it comes down to who does it better, I guess.
Correct. We've got to start rotating Houghton, Lawler, obviously coming. All of a sudden, there's new dogs coming through. Smiley, if he gets his shot at it, so there's new dogs coming through, which means what do you do with Jack Ross? And I didn't think he played the wing role that badly. I think he's got potential. So, it's Trezise, because Trainer's got one wing locked for now. So it's really Trezise, Ross, and Hugo probably fighting for the other wing. Possibly.
So you reckon Trainer will be on one of the wings? It's interesting.
Yep. No, I reckon he'll hold his spot in the wing.
I reckon round 1, our wings will be Grill and Rechko. I reckon we'll make a statement.
Grill's been training, but Grill's been training on the half back line. So
was Trainer.
So defense.
Trainer's been playing Trainer's been training with the defenders.
Yeah, I don't know, because you still got to fit that the defensive 6 will still have Short, Vlosten, Gibcus, Miller, Bolter, and Banks. So, don't know.
But Ross, I think Ross serves a purpose for a tagger as well. I think if there was ever the need or desire for us to do so. Interestingly, though, he does seem to get really good assist numbers or score involvement numbers when playing in the front half of the ground too. So maybe there's a half forward type role where he does. He'll rotate through the midfield. We know that, but there will be some type of secondary role that he's going to have to take up, like he's had to do most years, and maybe it's in the front half of the ground.
I mean, we've touched on the Lambert role a few times. Of all the players on our list, I think Jack Ross has the most similar attributes to what Lambert did, in that he can win his own ball, he's good on the outside, and he's also really good centre going forward. I mean, we saw in the back half of the year, he actually hit the scoreboard. I think he kicked like 5 or 6 goals in the last 7 or 8 weeks. So I definitely think he could be the other one that's that sort of Lambert type half forward rotating midfielder.
But that's our problem. Try and pick your best 23. If you think it's easy and you can throw names there, do yourself a favour, folks. Try and put a best 23 down and take your bias out of it, because Jaden Short will be best 23. Just bookmark it, right? But yeah, interesting times.
Next one through.
Someone in the comments brought it up, and look, I don't want to tell CB that he's wrong, but he's wrong. I've actually gone through round by round last year, and we lost 8 games by 50 points or more.
Oh, AI lied. Which AI platform are you using? Let's name it. Name and shame the AI platform, CB. Which AI are you using?
I was using Grok. Outrageous.
Oh, Grok. No. Grok let the team down. EJ, while CB's double checking his work, who thinks Tom Brown?
I just made that up.
Oh, you.
A few people are saying it's 8 though, so I think it is worth checking, to be honest.
I was going to say this is another one. It's like ChatGPT. How many R's in strawberry? There are 2. That meme going around about how AI can be wrong.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, right. I think Brown on a wing would be great if we're sorted down back. I'd love to see his delivery going into a forward 50. Does he have the tank though? That's the issue.
That's the main thing he's got to work on. That's where I think his progression is. He needs to become a more attacking player. I think we would be wasting his talent if he is just an intercept defender. He's got a beautiful kick of the ball, and it would be a complete waste, Grok, I reckon, if we left him deep in defence.
Absolutely, because he's shown a lot up forward as well with the game, round 1 against Carlton, where he took that mark on 3/4 time that really and nailed the goal that really put the dagger into Carlton. And there's a couple of other games where he kicked goals as well. So his foot skills are definitely a weapon. And as you mentioned, if he's just playing a pure defensive role, he's sort of in that weird position where he doesn't quite get enough of the ball to be a genuine distributing, rebounding type half back, but he's also too good of a disposer of the ball to be a purely one-on-one defender as well. So he either needs to move up the ground where his kicking can be a weapon, or he needs to find more of the ball at half back.
Next one, gut instincts.
50-point losses in the 2025 AFL men's season was West Coast Eagles.
Is that AI though, or have you actually gone back and?
Do you want me now?
I've asked the question. I've
got the round by round results now. If you want me to go through it.
There we go. We're going to do a live count. EJ, let's do a quick live count. Let's get
round 2. Adelaide, we lost 68 to 140. Is that more than 50 points?
AI is saying we had 6. West Coast had more.
Let's go through round 2 versus Adelaide.
Anyway, mate, we've been going for an hour and 10. How about we save it for another day? I got to get to bed and go. I'll drive us out, give you tomorrow.
Oh, you hate it when you're wrong, don't you?
No, bullshit. I'll screenshot and send to you, prick. I'll stick up your ass.
Did CB put Arts in his side? T Spike wants to know, who would you say is the deepest small forward? I don't know whether we'll play. It feels like it's a really old school role, the deep small forward. If you had to pick one, if I was picking just one, I feel like it might be like a Steely Green or someone like that. I just think there's too much value in Morris Jr., Seth Campbell playing higher up the ground to get clearances and stoppage work and things like that.
Yeah. Grok said 4. Grockadoc says it's 8 confirmed.
Thank you.
It's 8.
Hey, West Coast.
Okay. It's 8. We've worked that out. But who do you think is going to be the deepest small forward, gents?
If he plays, probably. I say if he plays. See, it's tough because all of our small forwards get up the ground. If he plays, I think it might be Elgar or Mansell.
I'll go Mansell.
You go Mansell. Yeah, he could. Yeah. He's quite dangerous around forward as well, around goal as well too. All right, well,
CB's just
CB. He's rattled. Grock's rattled him.
I'm sending you screenshots, pricks, and you'll fucking see.
Yeah. All right, that is
a screenshot of the season, you idiot.
Footy Wire, Power, Saints, Dockers, Hawks, and then it was Bulldogs, Crows, Cats, and then it was the Suns, and that's 8. All 50 points plus.
There we go. Mystery solved. On that note, thank you, gents, for jumping on to the live tonight. Good to get one out of the way early, and we'll learn from this AI stat based.
You should see the shit he sends me off Grock. Grock is his tool. Elon did Grock. Surely you know now that means it's a load of shit.
Yeah, I should sue for
naming it.
Yeah, you should.
James Racing wants to know: has anyone got any word on the Ashes? Just quickly.
Oh. Yeah, I've got 4 words. Eat shit, Piers Morgan.
No, the reality is, I'll give you a simple logic with the cricket. So they were saying it was a weak team. Just because you can't get a game behind Nathan Lyon, Pat Cummins, or Josh Hazlewood does not mean you can't play cricket. Those guys like Nisa and that, they've been hanging around the Australian Test team for 10 years on tours and stuff. It took Scott Boland nearly 15 years to get into the team. So the English attitude and arrogance of they were just going to come in and smoke us, and they drank their own urine, and they got it so wrong, so wrong. And we held more catches. We beat them in every facet of the game.
It was a weak team, though.
Yeah.
No, it was
don't mind this.
Batting was weak as.
Yeah.
Ask Grock, new segment. Don't mind.
Was Jake Weatherall good, was he?
Was that?
Was Jake Weatherall good, was he? Was Cam Green good, was he? It was a weak team.
I have never seen a player get dismissed with so many dumb dismissals as what Cameron Green does.
Yeah,
he's got photos.
His decision-making.
He's got photos.
He's from New South Wales, mate. That's another question. Yeah. But still, 9 of those guys had played in a World Test match winning team. So they can play. And that includes Cameron Green. They can play.
It was a weak team.
Yeah, I think the one selection I think we probably got wrong was not picking Todd Murphy.
Correct.
Yeah, that was the only one that I can look back and say that Murphy should have played.
It was outrageous, but yeah, that's another story for another day.
Anyway, before we move on, Michael's probably touched on this. I don't think he has tonight, but the memberships, there we are. Do you want to?
There's the members.
Yep. So
shout out and thank you to the Tigercast members who have jumped on board. If anyone is wanting to jump on board, the links are in the description of the video. But massive shout out to everyone on the list who has jumped on board so far. We appreciate the love and support. So we've got one of the best communities going around. So let's put it that way. But massive shout out to the members. But that is the first live into the books. It was unexpected, but I liked it. It was good. We should probably do another one before. Well, we're going to do the best 23 one. We barely agreed on wins, far be its positional decisions.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so we'll work out.
There's one guy that had 15 rounds in gettable. That's what stuffed us.
We're gonna we'll work out a time. We'll work out a time and date that we're going to do the best 23 selection. And we'll advertise that one. And obviously we'll do some lives before the practice games as well. And then obviously the season starts not long after that. So it's all happening at a rate of knots, which is awesome. Again, I want to also shout out as well, the track watchers, especially Caesar from Punt Road End. I know the Volclues on Big Footy and HK Tiger from Punt Road End. It's so like, we're all just Tiger nuffies, and to see their reports and to get it through their lens is such a huge thing for all Richmond supporters. So we just want to thank them again publicly for the work that they do in putting through some reports on training. So we look forward to reading about all that in the coming weeks. But make sure you have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate the love and support. And gents, thank you for jumping on. And until the next one, go Tigers.
We've just invented a new segment. Ask Grok AI, one question per show. We'll see how it goes.
Just one question per show.
We'll do an AI segment. We just test it.
And then we have to fact check it to see if it's right.
Yeah, otherwise known as Don't Ask CB.
Yeah.
I can't wait to use it for my pressure ratings analysis. Anyway, thank you, everyone.
Have a good night, everybody.